Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to support this legislation, this super awesome bill. I'm looking at the fiscal note in here, and it's a little bit of an anomaly. Because, I often thought that the fiscal notes could probably have like a consumer impact. Because I'm looking at the state effect, and the state effect is actually bracketed, meaning it's a decrease. So I'm assuming that our consumers in this piece of legislation will be saving $7.5 million. And that's unusual because normally you only see those decreases in election years. Everything normally goes up in the House of Delegates. And I'm supporting this bill because I have the same opinion that economist Milton Friedman has. I'll take a tax cut for any reason, any excuse, under any circumstance, whenever possible. Because I know that the money is better off being spent with our citizens. They spend it more efficiently than anything the government could possibly do. We have a $4.6 billion surplus. It's pretty obvious that we're taxing our citizens too much. And I do support this legislation, but it does seem to be a little bit like an election year gimmick. That $4.6 billion surplus, how do we get that? Well, we got that on the back of 43 tax increases by the last administration. We got that $4.6 billion surplus from a gas tax that has gone up automatically with nobody voting on it for the last 10 years. We got that surplus from, let's face it, congressional Republicans, known as the Trump tax cuts, cutting taxes for everyone across the United States, but in the General Assembly, we didn't pass those taxes on to our citizens, resulting in a $1 billion increase per year to the General Assembly. That's the state effect. And last year, we overrode a veto of the governor expanding the digital download tax for a tune of $120 million. Now, to put this in context, this $7.5 million, I'm gladly going to vote for it. And I know this is on a package of bills, but per that fiscal note, it's about $18.5 million. And to put that in context, Madam Speaker, last year the General Assembly passed a $65 million tax credit for people who are here that are non-citizens. I know that we have meaningful tax cut legislation sitting in Ways and Means that was pushed forth by the minority party, by the governor, tax cuts that will cut gasoline, tax cuts that would relieve the relief
on the bill.
It's on the bill because it's in context of the bill, Madam Speaker. Because we have
on the bill.
It's a third reader argument. It is on the bill because I'm putting it in context. Because we have legislation sitting in the drawer of Ways and Means that would make it easier for our citizens, our retirees, easier for middle-income Marylanders to lower their cost of living and provide some meaningful relief. And I just hope in the next 2 weeks before crossover, 3-4 weeks before the end of session, that we can bring that legislation out in a bipartisan manner in an election year, and we can all enjoy that and put some tax relief to our citizens. Thank you, Madam Speaker.